Okay, in this lesson we're going to learn all about commas and essential and non-essential clauses, words, and phrases. We're going to start with non-essential clauses. And this has been adapted from the Grammar Bites page on the essential clause and the Purdue Comma Rules page. Let's look at clauses first. An essential clause is an adjective clause that limits a general ambiguous noun. The essential clause tells the reader which one of many the writer means, making it essential to the meaning of the sentence. This will be clearer with some examples. Check out the following sentence. The woman who wore a red hat fought the zombie ninjas. Now, this is a case where the clause who wore a red hat is making it clearer which one of many the writer means. It's limiting this general noun woman. So, which woman among the billions of human women on the planet is being talked about here? Well, it's the one with the red hat. This is essential to the meaning of the sentence because otherwise we might not know which woman fought the zombie ninjas. This is telling us which one. Notice there are no commas around the clause, and that is because essential clauses do not need commas. Let's look at a clause that is non-essential. Lean, who wore a red hat, fought the zombie ninjas. Here, we already know which woman fought the zombies. It's Lean, which means this who wore a red hat clause is non-essential to the meaning of the sentence. For that reason, we set it off with commas. Essential clauses do not need commas. Non-essential clauses need to be surrounded by commas. Let's look at more essential clauses, where the clause is necessary for the sentence to make sense. Freddie hopes to return to the city where he met a woman with haunting green eyes. Now, which of the many cities on the planet is he talking about? Oh, the one where Freddie met a memorable woman. Notice, no commas here. It's essential to the meaning of the sentence. Let's look at the next one. The student who needs an A on the final exam is copying a statistics formula on her bare ankle. Which of the many students in the class? The one who needs an A on the test. Again, notice, because we need this to fully understand the sentence, there is no commas. There are no commas. Here are some non-essential clauses. The ancient Buick, which Madeline purchased from a newspaper ad, belches black smoke whenever she accelerates. Notice it's surrounded by commas because we already know which car you're talking about. You're talking about an ancient Buick. So it's not necessary for this clause to be here. It's just added flavor, which means we put commas around it. Let's look at the next one. Javier, who served the salad, did not notice the caterpillar nibbling the lettuce leaf. We know Javier is who's being spoken about, so we don't need this adjective clause, making it non-essential and surrounded by commas. Look at the differences in these two sentences. The rats are nesting in the closet where Grandma hides her money. And this one, the rats are nesting in the master bedroom closet where Grandma hides her money. Here, in the first one, closet is kind of ambiguous. We're not sure which closet. That makes this clause that follows it necessary to understand the meaning of the sentence. It's essential. There are no commas. But in the second one, we know which closet's being spoken about. So the comma's needed there because it's a non-essential clause. Now let's look at some non-essential phrases and words. These are phrases and words that are not necessary in order to understand the sentence. Look at the following examples. This restaurant has an exciting atmosphere. The food, on the other hand, is rather bland. On the other hand is not essential to the meaning of that sentence, so we set it off by commas. Let's look at this other one. I appreciate your hard work. In this case, however, you seem to have overexerted yourself. However is not essential to the meaning of the sentence. We'd understand it without the word, so it needs to be set off by commas. Here are some questions you can ask yourself to see if a sentence element is essential. If you leave out the clause, phrase, or word, does the sentence still make sense? Does the clause, phrase, or word interrupt the flow of words in the original sentence? If you move the element to a different position in the sentence, does the sentence still make sense? If you answer yes to all of these questions, you are dealing with a non-essential part of a sentence, and it needs to be set off by commas. Hopefully this helps, and moving forward, you'll be able to identify essential and non-essential clauses and phrases and words in all of your writings.